Hi, I am Lindsay Sharp of Lindsay M. Sharp PA, also known as Sharp Law in Indialantic, Florida. I'd like to discuss the feasibility of moving in a boyfriend or girlfriend while your divorce is pending. First of all, it's entirely normal for a divorcing spouse to want to move on with his or her dating life. Certainly, if you're at that point, you've accepted that the marriage is over and you're ready to move on into a new relationship. However, I don't advise that you move somebody into the marital home if you have minor children that are residing there and it looks like custody is going to be an issue, or if you have an alimony support obligation that you're going to have to pay to your current spouse, or if you're a spouse who may have an alimony obligation to pay. If you are a spouse that may have an alimony obligation, then I especially advise against it. Alimony is determined by need for alimony and ability to pay alimony. If you have a new dating partner that is now residing with you, certainly the argument will be that you're spending marital funds to support that new relationship at the detriment of your spouse. The court will likely take into consideration the amount of money that you've spent to support a new relationship when it determines whether you have the ability to pay spousal support. The court will normally not prohibit a new boyfriend or girlfriend from moving into your home while your divorce is pending. However, if you have minor children and this new person has some questionable criminal history or some mental health issues that can be raised by the other parent, and it's proven in court, the court can limit your access to your minor children while this other person is around. Certainly, I would not move somebody into a home that your current spouse has not, in effect, abandoned. For example, if your current spouse still has marital property inside that home, or especially non-marital property inside that home, I highly recommend not moving anybody new into the home. It simply just sets up claims later for damaged property, lost or stolen property that your spouse can wage. In Florida, marital waste is the intentional squandering of assets by one spouse to the deprivation of the other spouse. In other words, this occurs when you have a spouse that may take a trip with a new boyfriend or girlfriend and pay for that trip out of marital funds. If this occurs, the court will order you return those funds to the other spouse pursuant to the court's equitable distribution findings. In order to avoid allegations of having committed marital waste, it's important that you do not spend any money entertaining a new relationship while your divorce is still pending. This can include going out to dinners, it can include taking trips, it can include hotel stays, anything having a material value that is spent on a new relationship. In other words, go Dutch until your divorce is over. I'm frequently asked about introducing new boyfriends and girlfriends to minor children while a divorce is pending. My best advice is to avoid doing this if at all possible. First of all, your current spouse is going to object to a new person being in your children's lives. Certainly, if this new boyfriend or girlfriend is going to be living in the home and caring for the children, it is only going to create more conflict while your divorce is pending. I certainly advise holding off on doing so as long as possible. I understand that divorces in Florida take a very long time, and I understand that frequently clients want to move on with their lives and they want to feel normal again, and that can mean having a new boyfriend or girlfriend around their children. However, it's just not worth it to create more conflict while your case is pending. The court will respond harshly to any parent that is exposing a minor child to an inappropriate person. This can mean a new boyfriend or girlfriend that has an alcohol or drug problem, or a new boyfriend or girlfriend that has a mental health problem. Certainly, judges want to see that parents are making decisions that put their children first and that are in their child's best interest. So I highly advise, if you're dating somebody that even has a small chance of having a drinking or drug problem, that you do not expose the minor children to that person. If you're concerned that your soon-to-be ex is exposing your minor children to somebody inappropriate, and they can be inappropriate due to mental health concerns, to a past criminal history, or to a drug and alcohol problem, it is imperative to seek court intervention right away. Simply talking to your ex typically won't work in this scenario, and usually it requires going to court to seek an appropriate resolution. You may contact me at the phone number provided. Our website is sharplawpa.com.